Hi and welcome to this edition of Out the Box. My name is Paul. Today we're going to have a look at what is in this box. This is the Ruijie EST450G. What is this? This is a point-to-multipoint device. This is a 120-degree antenna, if you like. This is not a technical overview. We've got setup guides, performance guides over on our YouTube channel. This I want to show you what is in the box, although we will talk a little bit about it as we go through. So let's head on into this. So first off, you heard me talk about Ruijie before. You get 3 years of warranty out the box, so always a great starting point. Second on here, it is the Get Started Guide, but this is a fully cloud-managed device. No software to install, no license fees to pay. As long as this can see the internet, you can configure it on your app, on a smartphone, or you can use a web browser to configure it. It is really, really simple and completely free. What else are you going to get? Quite a few things, so I'm going to just walk through these. First way of powering this device is using a PoE injector. So what is a PoE injector? Very simple. We're going to take our mains power, so you're going to get a mains power pack in this. This is Australia, so we've got an Australian power connector on there. We are going to get our PoE injector. So our mains power will plug into this side. Our connection to our router or a network switch that's connected out ultimately to the internet will come into here, which is going to bring our data. And then in this cable connector here, we're going to put an Ethernet cable. That's going to have a mix of power from here and data from here, and that could be now up to 100 meters away from the power source, and that's where this is going to be then mounted on the outside wall. So PoE injector for 24 volts is the first way of being able to power this device, and we will have a proper look at this again in a moment, but I just want to go through the power options for you. Then in here we have the option to power this by 12 volts. So if you have got a battery array, then you can take that 12 volt directly in. You'll just need to get yourself one of these. I think they're a 2.1 connector or something like that. One of these with your two 12 volt wires, positive and negative, going down to your battery, and you can power it from there. Or this is obviously where our normal 12 volts PoE is going to come in, but maybe you've got a 48 volt PoE switch, then this is going to be able to be powered by that as well. So obviously 48 volts is standard for things like wireless access points and most cameras as well. So again, we've got versatile. So we've got 3 ways of powering this: 12 volts, 24 volts PoE, and standard 48 volts as well. Then what else are we going to get in the box? Well, this is designed to be either pole mounted or hard surface mounted. So let's have a look. You're going to get a metal O-ring there, a zip tie if you like, to mount it together. You get this knuckle joint, which I'll show you how it fits, but it's got these cutouts here for a pole. So imagine that's now clipped around the pole. You are then going to use your zip tie through here to fasten that in place. And then the rest of the device, which I'll show you, connects to this to hold it in place. But obviously, if you don't have a pole, you want a hard surface mount that, then you're going to get this mounting plate. You'll see there's a hole in the bottom here. You can drill straight, or you can screw straight the way through there till this portion of the knuckle joint is in place. And then what you'd obviously do is screw this plate directly to your hard surface. They give you the screws and lugs for that as well. Then what do we do with this? Well, this is our ball and socket, or our elbow or knuckle joint. So we're going to pop this into here. This is obviously now connected on to our pole. I'll keep it on this side so you can see where it is. With this loosened off, I can now move the unit from side to side or up and down. And that's going to allow me to get my alignment right. Remember, this is going to be the central device for lots of your remote end points. So let me just take this off and just quickly bring this up to the camera to show you. So this is the size, the antenna is built in here. It's a 120-degree antenna from this. I think it could support up to about 16 endpoints. So you're going to have this pointing out to other buildings, outbuildings, sheds, pump areas, whatever it is, up to maybe up to 5 kilometers away, but with inside that 120-degree angle. This will connect to Air Metro 460Gs, it will connect to EST330Fs, it will connect to EST450Gs. They can all be endpoints for this, depending on what speed and performance you need at each end. So this is your central point, and obviously everything needs to be lined up. So you're going to put this in your main direction, and then as you go to each building, you can use the eWeb tool in the Ruijie app to get the alignment so that each device is pointing back to this as best as it could. So let's just bring this back down and we'll have a look here. We've got our indicator lights, we've got our sys light here, which is going to show you once it's connected and then connected to the internet and the control panel. You're going to get our LAN in. This is where our PoE or data is coming in, and our two other LAN ports. These are all gig. This is then obviously allowing you to loop out to other pieces of equipment. And then our signal strength indicator, obviously the more bars we have here, the stronger signal strength. And that's going to give you some visual ability to line this up as well. We've got a level on the back, which helps us. And we've got some other extra fixing equipment and holes on the side. Then we've got this, and everybody asks me, is this okay, especially for Australian environment, is it watertight? Let me bring this back out to the camera again. Every time we do this, can I suggest we talk about this? The cable comes a long way inside this, and yes, this is fine for full outside weather conditions, but we want to stop water getting back into here. So if we're going to have an Ethernet cable, we don't want it to be flat, we don't want it to be going downhill, and we don't really want it to be going uphill like this, because water will actually travel in capillary action back up. We want what's called a drip loop, so you really want to come in higher than where you're going to end up, and you're going to then want to come down, loop, and back in. That means any moisture that arrives on here or is on the cable is forced to the bottom of the loop first and drips off. And if we do that, then we're going to keep this nice and dry and the terminals inside. But bringing it back down here, you'll see that we can go quite a long way up inside really nicely. We've got this ceiling grommet across the bottom here that we can obviously use to get our cables in, as you can see, and pushed in place and keep them nice and dry. You can see here then, like we said before, we have got our 12 volts in, we've got our PoE or data in, depending on what you want to do, 2 lots of data out, we've got our reset switch or our quick provisioning. So you can use the software again to easily scan and add the multiple endpoints together for this. All of those ports are 1 gig. This will support up to about 5 kilometers and like I said, up to about 16 endpoint devices connected. So hopefully that's been useful. We've got plenty more box openings on network, firewall, wireless and camera security over on our YouTube channel. Plenty of how-to guides, how to configure this, how to set a point-to-point up using this type of equipment, Ruijie, there as well. So why don't you head over there, subscribe and stay up to date.